Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he, she's, and she, he's, super villainesses and super villainos, I proudly welcome you to the first ever season finale of this show that I cannot say the title of yet, because I don't want to blow my wad too early, because, we're not done with this theme music. But while I'm starting, I will say this. Yes, when I first started the show, I thought, okay, maybe I'll make it all the way to the season. To the season finales of all the shows I was planning on talking about. And we did it! This is it! Malissima, we did it! Okay, I just crossed the line, but yes, we are here. We're at the finale of the very first season. The very first season of the Super Vlillain vlogs. That was a physics-defying one right there. But yes, we finally did it. 31 episodes. And one extra episode where Kingpin took over. And by the way, yes, I did figure out that was the Kingpin who beat the shit out of me for that one episode. But yes, but in hindsight, it was worth it, because at least that meant slightly one less episode to worry about. But yes, we finally did it. We did a complete season of the show. A complete season. First season, might I add. Does that mean that we'll complete the second season whenever the hell we did it? Yeah, sure, why not? Probably. Hopefully. But then again, I wasn't too sure about this season. But here we are, the season finale. It makes me feel like this is a legitimate show, doesn't it? Even though I know it's not. But stop reminding me that it's not. I can dream, I can live a little, but yes, here it is, our season finale. But you might be asking yourselves, well, you only have one show to talk about. And the last time you tried to do an episode with just one show, you got beat the shit out of by the Kingpin, and he left you to bleed to your death, and then by a little miracle of hope you happen to not die. But to that I answered this. You see, yes, I know we only have one episode to talk about this week, because, all the other episodes are done, they're good for the season, they're gonna come back strong next season, well, except for Constantine, but there's only one left. And of course you all know who that bad boy is. It's the Flash. Very bad boy. I ought to give you a spanking in the badonkadonk. But even though we just have one episode to talk about, I can't just have that be the whole season finale, just that, which is why I am putting in extra stuff. Yes, we are stretching it out. And how are we going to stretch that out, you ask? Well, I have decided that with the season coming to an end, that means a new season is just in the horizon. Yes, even though it is 3 months away, 3 months can pass just like that. Just like immediately. Let me illustrate to you by using my hands. Damn it, I can't snap my fingers. Okay, pretend like that one of those was a perfect snap. Yes, it's just like a snap, it's done like that. Dunzo. Not to be confused with Gonzo, or Dumbo. But yes, just like that, the season comes back. A new season, season 2. So, that gives us very little time to prepare for the next season compared to how friggin' long this season was. So, because of that, I made sure that all of my villain associates, well, at least the ones that are still alive anyway, made sure they knew what their plans were for the next season. Think of it as a new season resolution for each villain to come up with. So I gathered them all in bunches, like each according to their own show, and I put them in groups according to their shows. And I told them, okay, discuss among yourselves, what your new season resolutions are, and make sure you don't kill each other. So, I did that, and I guess it was a rousing success because no one died, well, before the session started anyway, but no one died afterward either, so that's a good sign. Just the people who died this season on their shows, not in this continuity, wherever the hell this takes place. I don't freaking know. Anyway, of course, I wouldn't let that happen. I wouldn't let them discuss amongst themselves their new season resolutions without recording it, of course. So if you want to see these conversations that I have recorded, regardless of whether or not any of them agree to, you can click the links below. Yes, if you're on YouTube, just click the links below. And if you're on another website, then just look for it on the website. I'm sure it's there somewhere if you just look for it, you lazy bastard. Anyway, so yes, click the links below if you're on YouTube to see these great monstrosities that I have created. Because, oh god, are they doozies. Let's talk about the final episode at hand, and that final episode is the one of Flash. Yes, the first season finale was this week, so of course it is my reluctant job to talk about the villainy of it. Well, there's not really that much. Yes, not really that much. I'll get into what little is here actually is about the villainy, but I'll give it that. There is still a lot of villainy here, mostly from the greatness that is Eobard Thawne. Yes, let's just call him Eobard Thawne now. Screw Dr. Wells, he's dead. This is just Eobard Thawne disguised as Dr. Wells. So anyway, last week I talked about how, really weird it was that Firestorm just bursted in out of nowhere, and then he patted Flash on the back and then left. But apparently he didn't. Whoops. A little bit of an oversight. No, he stayed. The both halves, the old man and the young man, and so they're here to deal with the bullshit that is coming from Reverse Flash, but to me, it's great bullshit. I want to shower in that bullshit. Yay! Oh, that got weird. Anyway, of course, since the last episode, we saw him being all horribly humiliated. He was humiliated by the Flash, getting his ass kicked by a bunch of CW stars. But this week, of course, that would mean that he would have to be kept at the prison, at the makeshift prison by the Flash, and so that's where we see him. But then we get like a Hannibal Lecter type moment, not Hannibal Bates type moment, a Hannibal Lecter type moment, not a Norman Bates type moment. Shut up about these horror movie films anyway. So Eobard Thawne finally reveals a little bit more of his backstory. Not all of it, but a little bit more. Just a little teeny tiny morsel of a bit more. And he reveals that he is sworn enemies against the Flash in the future. 150 or so years from now he is born, or was it at 150? I'm not good with numbers. I don't even know what number this universe is. Is it 8675309? I think that's the number of this universe you are seeing from. Anyway, let me see if I can try to remember again. 8765309. No, wait, sorry. 8675309. Okay, I think I got it. So anyway, now that I clarified what universe this continuity that you're seeing right now takes in, not the continuity that I'm talking about, that's different. Anyway, so yes, Eobard Thawne was sworn enemies against the Flash. But here's the thing, wait a minute, that a newspaper from the future says that the Flash disappeared in 2024. So does that have to do with why he disappeared to go fight Eobard Thawne in the past? Because that's what Eobard Thawne tried to do, because he swore enemies against the Flash, so much so that he's willing to that he wants to go back in time, gotta go back in time and kill the Flash when he was a baby. Okay, not a baby, a kid, but in hindsight he probably should have as a baby because it's a lot less complicated, but who cares? He went back in time to kill him as a kid, but instead the Flash had to go with him to stop him, and even though he protected himself, the Reverse Flash decided, okay, well, since I can't kill the past version of you, I'm gonna make you friggin' sad and emo by killing your mama. And that's what started this whole new timeline. That's what created this whole new timeline that we have been witnessing for the past, oh Jesus Christ, 3 years. Because keep in mind, Arrow is in this timeline, which means that Arrow is that whole timeline that we saw Arrow in, like back since when they premiered that show, that is all a corrupted timeline that was caused by Eobard Thawne due to time travel. I bet you never thought of that when you saw Arrow being all realistic and grounded. You never thought, I wonder if this is a timeline that was actually corrupted due to the space-time continuum being ripped apart by Eobard Thawne after time traveling. Nope, he didn't even think about that, or that a freaking talking gorilla would be in the show. Okay, he's not talking, he's talking through his mind. But anyway, details. Anyway, that's why Eobard Thawne traveled back in time to kill Barry, but Barry protected himself, but wasn't able to protect his mother. But by doing so, Eobard Thawne was not able to return back home. And then we can fill in the blanks with previous episodes. And if you can't do that, you're stupid, or you didn't see those episodes. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's why So that's the whole catalyst behind why Eobard Thawne tried to do that. There are still mysteries, though, like how the Flash and Reverse Flash came to know each other, considering one is from 150 years ago and the other is just from 10 years ago, 2024. So what the fuck? And they don't really also they don't seem to address too much how the Barry that was fighting the Reverse Flash, that who both time traveled back to that time. They don't reveal yet, or he doesn't reveal yet, what the fuck happened to him. And he even says like, hey, he disappeared. Fuck if I know. Anyway, so that pretty much sums up Eobard Thawne's explanation for that. That's pretty much what this episode is made out of regarding Vlillain. Just him answering questions, like giving the exposition of stuff. So, Barry is all wimpy wanny because he's like, oh, what should I do? Should I go back in time and stop the Reverse Flash from killing my mom? Because that's what Eobard Thawne said, is that I could do that. Because you see, the way that Eobard Thawne tried the first time was the Speed Force, but he no longer has that, for a reason I'm not completely sure was explained to us. Man, he was really cryptic about a lot of things. Jesus Christ, for a guy who's supposed to reveal all of the exposition in a dump, you didn't include that in your exposition dump, you lazy bastard. Anyway, but yes, he no longer has the Speed Force. But do you know who do, as was proven in that Trickster episode? The Flash, Barry. He is the one who has the Speed Force, which means he can go back in time and stop past Eobard Thawne or future Eobard Thawne or whatever the hell from killing his mother. But there is a horrible cost for that. The cost is that the whole entire timeline will be greatly changed. Everyone will not remember what just happened in this season. I won't remember what happened this season. Actually, I will, which will be what the dumb bummer is, that us, the viewers, will still know what happened, but none of the characters, if Barry goes on with this. Oh, God, oh, Jesus, oh, yes, even Barry will forget if he goes back in time. Gotta go back in time. Now, of course, I don't give a shit about this, because I don't care about the hero. Hero, I wanna be a hero. No, I don't want to be a hero. I want to be a villain, which I am, so congratulations to me. Anyway, so yes, what I really do care about is Eobard Thawne and his touching journey of just trying to get back home. He wants to go home. He wants to go home. There's no place like home, Eobard Thawne. Oh, home is where the heart is. The heart that you plucked from Cisco's body. More on that in a sec. But anyway, so they have a Skype call with Wells instead of just straight having the conversation right next to him. They said they get a Skype call and they're like, "Hey Wells, are you sure Barry can do this? Because the half of a Firestorm, the Dr. Stein guy, Martin Stein, I don't freaking know, some kind of Jewish sounding name. Yay, I like Jews, by the way. I'm not trying to sound derogatory. Jesus Christ, now I can't release this. This is going to become archived. So anyway, yes, Martin Stein pointed out that, he discovered, or one of the characters discovered, and he was also there too, that, it is revealed to them that if Barry does this, if he uses the, particle accelerator to fuel his time travel, if he does that, he'll start a wormhole, and that wormhole will be cataclysmic, and, Eobard Thawne answers that, of course it is, if it's left on for too long. All Barry has to do is create the wormhole with the super speed, go into it, reverse what happened to his mother. I get it reverse. Stop, save his mother, and then come back, and it will close the wormhole. He'll do some kind of like opposite tornado thing. I don't know, some friggin' contrived thing that will stop the tornado, but he has to do that in 1 minute and 50 seconds. 15 seconds. I don't friggin' know. Yes. And that is why the episode is called Fast Enough. He has to be fast enough. But Barry is all sad now, and he's like, "Hey, I can't do it," and he has to have a pep talk with Joe, and we get a whole bunch of other, protagonists whimpering and being like, "Oh, this is it. We're not technically dying, but all of our memories are, and everything's gonna be changed, so it is kind of like being dying, so let's appreciate what we have now." And I'm like, none of the super villains are doing this, just the boring supporting characters and heroes. I don't want to see them, getting ready for this, getting ready to embrace this time change. I want to see the villains, but I don't. Though I do get to see Eobard Thawne, have a discussion with the guy who eventually becomes Vibe, Cisco. There's that at least. At least Cisco spends his time wisely instead of just spending with friends being like, oh, everything's gonna change. I'm gonna really miss this continuity. Cisco has another idea, better idea. He's gonna hang out with a cool super villain. So anyway, he's like interrogating him, like, "Hey, douchebag, you killed me in an alternate timeline that Barry created a couple of episodes ago. More like 5 or 6, whatever the hell. Anyway, yes, you killed me in alternate timeline, and at first, Eobard Thawne is all like, "Hey, oh, I'm so sorry, Cisco. Oh, I'm so sorry." And Cisco's like, "I don't want your apologies and for that." And Eobard Thawne is like, "No, I'm not apologizing for that. I freaking like that. Me too. Because he killed an innocent person before he could ever become a superhero." But instead, we get the exact opposite with this reveal, because even though Eobard Thawne gave him the psych, like, "Oh, sorry, psych, I'm not talking about it that I killed you. I couldn't care less about that. I'm saying sorry because you have a superpower." Yes, Cisco has had his vibe powers all along. Yes, did you hear that, Scarecrow? You had your heart all this time. Now you can be a good lion again. I got my Wizard of Oz characters mixed up. Anyway, yes, it turns out that Vibe has been Vibe the whole time. That is why he was the only freaking one who remembered. He's the only one that that remembered the alternate timeline besides Barry, who of course was the one who time traveled. So that's the same person, but not Cisco. Why did he remember? And now we know why, because of vibrations, I guess. I'm breathing on good vibrations, good, 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 good vibrations that Cisco has. So it turns out we had been waiting for a while, like, when is he going to become Vibe already? Well, it turns out he already was Vibe the whole time. He just needs to get his sunglasses now, and his spandex, and cut his hair. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm not that I'm discriminatory against long hair. It's just that, Vibe in the comic books doesn't have long hair, so, conform. Whoops, wrong choice of words. Anyway, so yes, so that's what's going on with Vibe, and like I said before, this is basically this is basically the only purpose that Eobald Thawne serves in this episode, is just explanation guy. Or does he? Anyway, is there any other supervillain, just any other that we can cling on to besides him, since he's not really doing that much? Let's see here. Well, I kept thinking, like, whether or not, Eddie Thawne was, like, a Reverse Flash. So back at the beginning of the season, of course, that's bullshit now, because we know that Dr. Wells was Eobald Thawne the whole time. So what the fuck was Eddie Thawne? He's just an ancestor, and that's it. He's just some brosive guy. He's like, this is the same exact thing they did with Tommy Merlin. He was the first Merlin that was introduced, and we thought, oh cool, he's gonna be the Merlin from the comic books. He's gonna eventually become badass, and then it was revealed later, nope. His father is the Merlin from the comic books. He's just some motherfucker we came up with that we pulled out of our asses. Okay, let's kill him now. And that's the same exact. Oh! I'm getting ahead of myself. Whoopsie doodle doo. Whoops. Okay, what other supervillain activity? Well, like I said before, we thought he was a villain, but he's not. But he's like, oh, I matter. I know I'm not a villain, but I can still be a good guy and matter. I'm gonna get back with Iris. Well, that's villainous to me, because you're just prolonging that even more, because we just had a connection with Iris and Wally earlier, but now they're all like, no, I'm gonna be with Iris, yay! Thawne was like, I guess it doesn't matter since the time is gonna be erased, so they're like, oh, whatever the hell, we don't care, I guess. Neither do I, of this love triangle between Barry, Thawne, and Iris. Not once have I ever given a shit to that. Not once. No. Never. Anyway, hopefully you heard all those whispers, otherwise it probably sounds creepier than it actually is. Anyway, any other supervillain stuff I can stretch to? Well, there is, as you know, Killer Frost is a fantastic staple in the DC universe when it comes to supervillainy. But she spent this whole time here just being a good two-shoes scientist, being like, oh, I'm a good person. Caitlin Snow. But, wait a minute. But will that be like that for longer? Why did I turn into a ghost? Anyway, yes. So she's like, hey, I'll also screw it in. Well, not literally screw it, but let's marry. What the hell is his name? I don't freaking remember. Ronnie Raymond. Yes, Ronnie Raymond is like, hey, I'm gonna marry you because we're about to get our timeline erased. So let's do it right now. Okay, we did it. No character development there. Just marry. Yay! Whatever. Also, Martin Stein, I guess, is a priest. Yay, Martin Stein! Wait, does that mean he's not Jewish? I don't know with anything anymore. Oh, I'm so confused. So anyway, so Barry is like slapping his face, like, yes, let's do this. I'm ready to go into the past. I'm ready to take the risk. But in order to do this, he first needs to make a time machine. Yes. A time machine, the very one that Reverse Flash used to make his way back in time. Wait a minute, didn't he just use his... Wait, I thought he used his friggin... Wait, what the hell? I thought he friggin' used just his his super speed to get back. I don't know anymore. Anyway, he used a little ball from the Jurassic World trailer to travel back in time, and so they must put it back together again. But before Wells can ever use it, Barry must first open up the portal. Yes. Because they made a deal. Barry has agreed that he will do this, and he is allowing Wells to go back to his home. Since it's not that super villainous, he just wants to go home. He just wants to go home to his whatever the hell he'll get back to. Although now that I'm thinking of it, aren't you kind of very freaking scared? Like, you kind of changed this timeline you brought on. How do you know that everything is going to be completely different? Everything is different. Everything is not the same as it was before. Everything is different. I am a guy now instead of a woman. So anyway, that was a character I was singing in. I'm not a woman right now. Shut up. So anyway, or maybe I was a woman, but thanks to time travel, it's been changed. Oh, you'll never know. Oh, no, I am a man. I have a penis. Anyway, I'd let that go on for too long. Anyway, so yes, so Eobald Thawne agrees to that, and so Barry starts running around the particle accelerator, being charged by it, and starting the big ass, the wormhole that he goes through to go back in time. Yes, he's going back in time. It's happening, and he is told through through I don't know, like a walkie-talkie or something. I don't know. He's told by Reverse Flash that as he does this, he'll see visions from his past, present, and future. That means we get a little bit of a clip show, but we also see some previews for things to come, and this is why I talked about Catelyn Snow earlier. Yes, one of the visions that the Flash gets as he's traveling through time is of Catelyn Snow finally, God damn it, finally becoming the glorious, the stupendous, yes, the stupendously, gloriously stupendous Killer Frost. Oh, she's so great. It's too bad none of the people who created her are getting paid for it. Look it up, it's a legitimate problem. Fuck you, DC. Oh, it's so great. It's so beautiful. Why can't I have her on the show now? Ugh. And we don't even know when that'll happen. Will we get her? Will we get her finally embracing her destiny as Killer Frost next season, or the season after that? Or are they gonna pull another Black Canary on us and be like, nope, she's not the one becoming Killer Frost. Instead, it's that other lady who becomes Killer Frost in the comic books. Yeah, because Catelyn Snow is the new 52 Killer Frost. There's a different Killer Frost in the original comic books. Oh, you fucking assholes. Anyway, maybe then someone will get paid for creating that character then, maybe. I don't know, it was really, seriously, that was fucked up though. But anyway, yes, but that is not the only vision we get from barely time traveling. No, we get another vision. We get some stuff from the past, and I don't give a shit about that. Like whatever the hell, I don't care. I want to see more stuff for the future, and we do. We get a teaser image that we already saw, of a teaser trailer of The Legends of Tomorrow. Yes, the upcoming show by CW where they just randomly pluck a bunch of characters from the Arrow and Flash shows and then put them together and be like, hey, fight a villain. But who is that villain? Well, we don't see really in this millisecond of footage that we see in the time traveling sequence, but we know it's a big robot leg. And if you want to see more from that, then friggin' watch the official trailer. It's on the YouTubes. You can see it. I immediately get disproven last week about the Atom not dying, because there he is. It turns out he just shrunk. Oh, about time, friggin' dude, dumbass. Jesus Christ, you had all the chance to before Ant-Man did, and now you're doing it after Ant-Man. Way to go on that. But anyway, no, the reason why I decided to to talk about this is because even though they did not hint that at that little sequence we saw, while Barry was time traveling, we did get in the official trailer that the villain that these random superheroes and super villains will be fighting is Vandal Savage. Oh, villaingasm everywhere. Oh god. Oh, I'm gonna need someone to clean that up. I need someone to clean up all that villain juice. Oh, all this villain juice. Oh, it's gonna stink up the place. Oh, so yes. Uh, yes. Vandal Savage. The great and powerful, fantastic Vandal Savage. Finally, uh, we get to be honored with his presence. He's like, no, I'm too good for the movies. I'm instead going to be on a low-budget CW show instead. Thank you, Vandal Savage. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Yes, that glorious caveman who became immortal. We could be immortal. Yes, he is immortal for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Millions of years if, you believe in a certain kind of thing. But yes, Vandal Savage, the glorious Vandal Savage is going to be the villain of the Legends of Tomorrow. And he is fantastic. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Ra's al Ghul is immortal too. What makes Vandal Savage so special? Well, guess what? Ra's al Ghul is like just a teenager, freaking compared to Vandal Savage, who's more like a middle-aged man. Yes, he has more experience than Ra's al Ghul. He's been along thousands and thousands of more years than Ra's al Ghul. So fuck you, Ra's al Ghul. You're dead now anyway. You got killed by friggin' arrow and pushed down a. The point is, you're dead, and I'm still sad about him dying, all bloody face. We will take time to honor those who we lost this season. Obviously, there's a whole shitload, so I don't have enough time to talk about all of the ones we lost. So I'm only focusing on the people who we lost that cared enough to be on this show. Yes, that came into this studio and talked with us. And now they have passed on. So those will be the people that I will be honoring here, where we pay tribute to those who we lost. Those evil bastards who killed them. Yes, I know some of them were our own. Shut up, it was still sad. It's a shame to see them go, but this is what had to happen, though. This is the kind of risk you take when you become a supervillain. I ought to know since I died once. But as you probably already know, Graviton had a bunch of us resurrected for his show, and one of them, of course, was me. Thanks, Papa Midnight, for resurrecting me with Graviton's permission. But anyway, yes, but there still are a lot of villains who aren't as lucky as me, or those others that also were resurrected, like the General Zod and the Silver Samurai and that other Count Vertigo that you did not see when we saw that session with Arrow villains. But seriously though, it is a shame to see them go. But now let's celebrate what we have in front of us now. Eobard Thawne. Because, yes, picking up where I left off, Barry had to go back in time to stop Pastiobarthon from causing the whole series of events that was season 1 of Flash, and all of the seasons of Arrow, by the way. So he goes back in time, and he's finally there. He made it to his own room back when he was a child. He did it. He's back in the past. Wait a minute. How did he specify that exact time? What the fuck? Did I miss something? When did they establish that? I don't know. Usually when people talk, I usually like zone out, like la di da di da. Oh, good, they're not talking. They're doing stuff again. Now I can stop like being in my own zone of happiness. La di da di da. But seriously though, anyway, so yes. He has made it back right, like the millisecond right before Eobarthon, the past Eobarthon, and the future Eobarthon. I don't freaking know anymore. I'll just say past Eobarthon is about to kill his mother. He's right about to do that. But then the Flash from the future, or wherever the hell, that is fighting Eobarthon, sees present Flash, and he has his face all blurry. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is that Barry? Or is that Wally West? Or is that Impulse? Or is that whatever the hell other Flashes there are? Well, not Jay Garrick, because I'm saving him for later. But anyway, yes. Who the hell is that? Is that not Barry Allen? Is that a different Flash? What's going on? But anyway, yes, he still has his face blurry, so maybe he's not Barry Allen. But seriously, though, he looks into Barry Allen's eyes and goes, no, Well, he doesn't say that, but he does shake his head, implying that he knows what's about to happen. Or does he? I don't know. Does this version of the Flash know that the murder of his mother happens? Does he know that? Is that inevitable? Is that it? Like, we never really did see what that original timeline was. We never did see it. So for all we know, what if this happened anyway? Oh god, yes, mind blown. But anyway, he says no. And what does Barry do? He obeys himself, or whoever the hell that Flash is, and lets it happen. Lets that Flash save young, Barry, pre-Flash Barry, and then, I guess his father gets knocked the fuck out. You got knocked the fuck out, Mr. Allen. Not to be confused with the Matrix Allen, but anyway, yes. Flash does. So Barry has to let it happen, and it's very sad. And he's like, I have to let Eobarthon stab my mother. And I know I said earlier that I don't care about what happens to the heroes, but good God, his mother, man, his mother. I love my mommy. I love my mommy so much. I'm gonna give her a hug afterwards. So anyway, yes, so much feels, and then he goes to her mother's side, and it just so happens that she has enough life left in her to carry a full conversation with him, and for him to reveal to her, like, hey, I'm your son, now goodbye and die, I'm sorry, whoa, and I thought before that this was like Static Shock. This is completely like Static Shock. Yes, I as you know, I've already pointed out before that this is kind of like Static Shock, in that you've got this big explosion that causes a whole bunch of people to have superpowers, and one of them is a good guy, which is Flash, a teenager, and that was like the Static Shock cartoon series, and a lot of people have been like, oh, I'm so clever to come up with that. Fuck you, everyone's come up with that. But anyway, yes, but here's another way that makes it similar, because the same exact thing happened to Static Shock on one of the episodes of his show. Yes, one of the episodes of his show, he went back in time to try to prevent his mother from dying. But instead of doing that, he's just like, but instead of preventing his mother from dying, instead of that, he tries to, he tells her, hey, don't die during these Rodney King riots. I think that's what was going on there. Rodney King riots. Well, way to keep that political, realistic, Jesus Christ. But anyway, yes, but she did find out that he becomes a superhero, and that he eventually becomes an adult. But she goes anyway and dies, and that's kind of exactly what goes on here, except, she she's not willing to die. She just dies. But it just so happens that she has enough time to talk to Barry. Anyway, so yeah, she dies. Like I said, spoiler alert. Yes, so it happens anyway, and Jesus Christ, this is actually worse, come to think of it, because, like, not only does Barry have to deal with his death, but now he actually has to see it happen in friggin' front of him, and remember that he had to friggin' let it happen. Although I guess it's better because, now he has closure with his mother. Did I say wife? Jesus Christ, sorry about the incest implications. I meant to say mother. Wow. Sometimes one word makes all the difference. I meant to say mother. His mother is dying, and he had to, just like with Static Shock, in case I also said wife with that. Jesus Christ, did I keep saying wife over and over again? God damn it. Mother's Day just happened, and I confused wife with mother. Damn it. So anyway, yes. So, Static Shock, time traveled to save his mother, but couldn't, but at least she knew, who she was before she died, what he'd grow up to be, and so did the Flash. That's what I'm trying to make here. I had to reiterate because I guess I accidentally said wife instead of mother. Damn it! So anyway, yes, so he witnesses his mother dying. Whatever, you gotta get the fuck back over to the present, because, if you spend too long there, the big-ass wormhole will destroy the whole world, yes! I mean, I know I'm a supervillain and all, but you can't have supervillainy if there's no one to be supervillainous against. Jesus Christ. Oh, so anyway, so back in the present, the supporting characters give Eobard Thawne the little circular time machine, and so so Eobard puts the finishing touches on the time machine, and he's like, "Oh, Rip Hunter would be so happy about this." And I'm like, "Hey, you already gave a tease for that Legend of Tomorrow thing. We know who Rip Hunter is. He's that Doctor Who guy who's played by a Doctor Who guy." But anyway, so yes, he gets into the time traveling machine, and it turns out that the image we see of him inside of the machine is exactly the image that we saw in the trailer for the Legends of Tomorrow. So that can ruin everyone's expectations of him coming back, because it turns out, nope, that was a scene from this episode. Ha, fooled ya. So anyway, and then we get the portal sputtering out a helmet, and not just any helmet. Jay Garrick's helmet. What the fuck? Yes, and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck is that?" And Eobard is like, "That's my cue." God damn it, this is just like Lost, where we get these little drops of stuff that might happen, and we have to wait a freaking long ass time to see them happen. Man, who knows how long we'll have to wait to see the explanation for seeing Jay Garrick's hat appear out of nowhere. And don't say, "Oh, is that Hermes' hat?" No, fuck you, that's Jay Garrick. Read a comic book. Anyway, yes, we're gonna have to wait a long ass time for that. I don't even like Jay Garrick. He's a superhero. But yes, whatever. But Thawne is going home. He's going back to his home. Oh no, Barry just beat up his time machine and is beating him up now. Wait a minute, Barry, you asshole. You made a deal with Eobard Thawne. He could go back if he wanted to, if you did your thing. And just because you wussed out, you're gonna make him wuss out? You jerk? You dumbass jerk? Now I no longer have sympathy for you, Barry, for what you did, witnessing your mother die. Beat his ass, Flash, reverse Flash. So yes, we finally get another epic, huge-ass battle between Flash and the Reverse Flash. Eobard Thawne versus Barry Allen. Yes, through the particle accelerator. But and it's awesome. But as they're doing this, luckily the wormhole is finally closed up. But they're still having their battle. But at least we don't have to worry about all the supervillains getting destroyed. Yes, I know superheroes and regular people would get destroyed too, but I don't give a shit about them. Fuck them. Anyway, but yes, we still get that epic battle. Come on, Reverse Flash, you can do it. You've got a little bit of enough time left in this episode. You can do this. You can make this episode triumphant. Come on, you're the only episode left that does not have the superheroes having the upper hand, except maybe or maybe not Agent Carter, but I don't want to get too much into that. But seriously, though, you're doing well. Okay, this will be your last chance to do something truly super villainous. Eobard Thawne, you can do it. You can do it. And he doesn't do it. Ugh. And he was about to, too. He was right about to. He was about to give the final blow to him. The Flash, he was about to kill him with his creepy ass, his creepiness, his creepy voice. And he was about to do it. And he said he's going to kill all of his friends, too, right after he kills Barry. And I was like, yes, yes, yeah. Oh. Oh, God. They did that thing. They did that thing that every single person called. Every single person predicted that this was how they would defeat Reverse Flash. This was predicted by friggin' everybody, including myself, as soon as we found out that Eobard Thawne was a distant relative of, was a distant descendant of Eddie Thawne. We all saw it coming. We all hoped it wouldn't come because it would be too predictable if it did. But nope, they did it anyway. They didn't care how predictable it was. They did it anyway. They had Eddie Thawne go the Looper route. They had Eddie Thawne kill himself so that his great descendant, Eobard Thawne, would cease to exist. What the fuck? I mean, I know it makes sense, but I was really hoping that it wouldn't happen. Not just because it was too predictable, but also because that makes Eobard Thawne like a really friggin' fucking idiot. Because he had to go and reveal to his ancestor that, hey, I'm evil and I'm your descendant. And he didn't think for a second that maybe he shouldn't have done that. Because if he did, maybe he shouldn't have done that. Because that means that Eddie knew that all he had to do was just kill himself, and that would stop the timeline. Now, granted, he wasn't suicidal, so maybe there was one thing with that. But nope, he decides, nope, it's my destiny. I'm gonna do it. There's no coincidences. Fuck you, Martinstein. I'm gonna kill myself. Bang bang, dead. Ugh. I mean, I guess it's justifiable, and it is poetic, but it's still fucking predictable. Everyone called this, including myself. Everyone called this. Ugh. So he dies. Bringing home the point that I made earlier, that he's basically this show's equivalent to Tommy Merlin, in that you thought he was an arch-nemesis, but he turned out not to be. He just was related to the real arch-nemesis, and was just there to die. And that's what he does. He dies. And what's sadder is that this is the way that we say goodbye to Eobard Thawne. This is the way. He just dissipates. He just dissolves. He just breaks apart in little blue things, like little blue pieces, and breaks apart, and it probably burns like fuck. It probably hurts him. He's dying, and we can't do anything about it. But first, he has to transform back to his regular face, and I don't know why he does that. I don't know, because the writers want us to see what he really looks like before he dies. That's probably the only reason. But anyway, goodbye, Eobard Thawne. Goodbye. I love you. I mean, in a way that a fictional character likes another fictional character. Shut up! Yes. So he's gone. Eobard Thawne is done. He's gone too soon. I never even got him on the show. Why did I do that? Why did I never let him be on the show? I thought for sure he'd make it to season 2, so I thought, okay, I'll just give him a spot in season 2, but no! He died. He's gone. He's extra gone, too. He's like erased from me history. It's not even dying. Oh, by the way, there's another wormhole. What the fuck? How did that happen? How did another wormhole happen? How did that... I thought they got rid of the wormhole, but But anyway, nope, there's a new wormhole, so they evacuate from the particle accelerator, and it destroys the particle accelerator, this wormhole. Not just only destroying the particle accelerator, but they also left Eddie Thawne in there, so that means, hey, the bright side is you don't have to bury a body, no, you don't have to deal with the body left. Sorry, Iris. But anyway, yes. So they evacuate from the Star Labs, and that gets eaten by the wormhole. Wait a minute. How are they gonna make more villains? I'll get into that in a second. Anyway, so the wormhole is devouring the world. Yes, it's like Galactus, except not a big goofy, big-headed man or a cloud. Well, this is kind of like a cloud. It's kind of like a blue, vibey cloud. But anyway, yes, it's destroying the city. And Dr. Stein is like, yes, the portal will eat up the whole planet, and it'll still feed. It will still eat everything. And then Flash is like, hey, I'll do something. I don't know what, but I'll do something. I'll try to do what I did before, and try to run. I don't know, run, Barry, run. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is he runs. That's how he solves all his problems, I guess. He's going to run real fast and try to dissipate the vortex from eating the Earth, the wormhole from sucking the Earth whole. So he runs toward. He runs up it. Run, Barry, run. And I know it's weird that I'm rooting for a superhero, but keep in mind that all the supervillains could be destroyed by this. All of them. Even Captain Cold, who we see for a millisecond here. Hey, Captain Cold. And also this random Latino that I'm guessing is Hawkgirl. Hello, Hawkgirl. Can't wait to see you in that show that I don't care about. But I do. But I am excited about Captain Cold and Heatwave, even though they're not going to be villains in that. Wait a minute, they're not going to be villains? Fuck you, Heatwave and Captain Cold. Now I hope you. Now I spit at this cameo we have this episode. I spit on it. Patooey. And anyway, but yes, so this is Flash's chance to defeat the wormhole. Yes, he's doing it. Yes, save all of those villains. I don't care if you save all the superheroes or regular people, but seriously, save all the villains, Flash. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, the episode is over. That's it? That's the episode? But you gave us the Flash logo. That means there's a little stinger afterwards, right? Nope. It's Rose McCleaver saying hi. Hi, guys. Catch the new episode of iZombie coming up right now. God damn it. Yes, they didn't do that last episode either. They decided to wait till the last 2 episodes and not do stingers. That's all we get. Well, I mean, granted, I do like a cliffhanger, so there's that, I guess. But, oh my gosh, they seriously left us hanging. What's gonna happen to the whole friggin' world? Now, all of you people who are like, oh, why did they end Arrow first? That was weird. No, it's not, because they knew that if they aired the Arrow episode after this, it would be weird because we'd be spending the whole episode wondering, hey, isn't there supposed to be a giant big old wormhole engulfing the whole entire Earth right now? So yes, this was a good idea. This was a good plan. I called that a big cataclysmic event would happen that would make sense for a Flash to end the season after Arrow. But seriously though, what a cliffhanger to end it on. I mean, granted, we kind of already know what the outcome is because, we saw that trailer for Legends of Tomorrow on the internet last week. So we kind of already know what happens. We already know that Flash saves the day, and maybe that's how he meets Rip Hunter and gets together the team, and maybe this has to do with Rip Hunter and resolving this. Ugh, I wish I didn't already know what would happen. But yes, we finally did it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he, she's, and she-he's, super villainesses and super villainos. We did it. We talked about a whole season, a whole TV season's worth of super villainy from superhero TV shows. We did it. We did every single one. And now all we can do now is look forward to what what the future has in store for us for the next season of the Super Vlillain vlogs. And Jesus Christ, that's gonna be packed. That's gonna be like double than before. Oh my gosh, we're gonna... I mean, first of all, you have all the shows I've already done now, except for, Constantine. Maybe though it's still like a little. Well, they are kind of leaning towards not, but besides Constantine, everyone else is coming back. So not only do we have all of them to worry about again, but we've also got Supergirl. That Teen Titans show might happen, although they keep procrastinating on that. But also we've got that Legends of Tomorrow that I kept talking about because they put a teaser in the episode, and other shows too. Oh my gosh. Those Netflix Marvel shows, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spin-off show. Oh, wait a minute, that's not going to happen. Yay, one less show to worry about. But seriously though, Heroes is coming back. Heroes, motherfucking Heroes. I'm going to have to talk about that now? So yes, Heroes. I'm going to talk about that too. Am I going to talk about Lucifer? Probably not, because, like I said before, that kind of goes with the iZombie thing of, they're not really super villains, they're just people who hang around and solve mysteries and crimes. I'll get more into why I probably won't do Lucifer, but seriously though, we do, but I mean, come on, all of that other shows, and so many, I mean, I'm gonna break my back with all these shows. Like, these shows, all of these shows for the next season are gonna be like my Bane. They're gonna all form like Voltron into a big Bane, and they're gonna be like, oh, I'm going to break the Bloodnofsky, yes! So all of those shows next season, all of them, we have in store for next season. Lots and lots. But don't worry, the more shows we have, the more content I have. And yes, I will try to do my best to improve the show in whichever way I can find, so I'm, don't take as much time meandering all the time. Good God, I meander a lot. But after all of that, I thank you if you have stayed with me during this time, during these 32 episodes, during all of these months talking about the super villainy of these shows. If you have been a loyal viewer during this whole time, then thank you. Thank you for being loyal and coming with me on this journey. And hopefully you will return for our second journey next season. I will see you then. Hopefully you'll see me then too. Only here on the Super Vlillain Vlogs. But this time it'll be season 2. The season finale means the beginning of a long-ass vacation, which means all the free time for me to travel to whatever the hell I want to travel to. Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios, the beach, the other beach, all the friggin' beaches, Afghanistan. Oh, this is gonna be such a great summer vacation for me. I can't wait to begin it. I've prepaid for all of the vacations. All I have to do is just go to them.
Well, too bad.
Who the hell was that? Who was that?
Who do you think it was?
Oh no. Oh no. No, this can't be. This is impossible. The reverse Flash? I saw you die. I saw you die in the episode I just talked about. We all saw you die. You dissipated. You dissipated into time and space. How is this possible?
Do you really think that there's only one way for a villain to come back?
I guess I never really considered that. I mean, after I was resurrected by Purple Midnight, I just thought that was the only way to come back, but no, how could I have been so stupid? Of course there's other ways. We're supervillains.
And it's because of that I deem you unqualified to continue this charade.
What charade are you talking about?
This charade! Why should you get to talk about supervillainy when you don't know the first thing?
But I'm competent. I'm a certified supervillain.
No, you're not. You thought you were, and I honestly thought you were too. Back when you did the Green Hornet movie, you seemed like a very qualified supervillain. But then you did this show, and I believe it's exactly because of that resurrection that made you soft, that made you weak, that turned you into this caricature of yourself, who doesn't even sound like Christoph Waltz.
Hey, I'm very sensitive about that. Do you think I don't want to sound like Christoph Waltz?
Well, I'm putting an end to this. Kingpin let you live, but that's because Kingpin thought that letting you live was the best way to keep you suffering. But I, on the other hand, don't. I have different values, and one of my rules is that you can't just keep going along without truly paying for your crimes. So no, I'm not gonna let you keep doing this.
Wait a minute. Is this just because I didn't let you on the show? Is it because I didn't let you do a super villain vlog?
You seriously think that I ever wanted to do one of your vlogs? I would not demote myself to such an embarrassment. That is the Super Vlillain vlogs. You even misspelled the name.
No, hold on. That was for copyright reasons. Well, not really copyright reasons, but that's just to make it unique, you know. All the coolest titles out there purposely misspell the word, you know, to make them their own.
Well, I think it's just plain embarrassing and stupid and moronic and imbecilic, which is why I am going to put an end to this and do supervillainy a favor by getting rid of the Super Vlillain vlogs.
No, you can't do that. No, I was just ending the first season. Come on. And we were just about to do season 2 in a few months.
Well, too bad. I'm putting an end to all of that.
Oh, no, how could you do this, Thorn? Well, what's so funny?
You seriously are so certain that I'm Eobard Thawne, when you never considered just to stop and think maybe, what if this guy isn't Eobard Thawne?
Wait a minute. You're someone else?
Well, I mean, let's put together the facts. Eobard Thawne you saw evaporated into time and space. I mean, sure, there could still be a chance he survived, but from what it seemed, he could be easily just erased from the timeline, and this is pretty much it for him. So if that is truly the end of Eobard Thawne, then who do you think I am in front of you?
Hunter Zolomon?
There you go. Having the clockworks in your brain finally cranking.
But, wait, so you're serious? You are indeed Hunter Zolomon?
That is for me to know, and for you to never find out.
What are you gonna do to me?
Well, I could kill you, just like Kingpin proposed. But then I thought, now hold on just a second. I could kill him, or I could make things more fun.
What the hell do you mean by that?
It's such a shame what's about to happen to you. You know, it is kind of sad. You'll never get to even see the Supergirl pilot, which is a shame since you were just about to have the chance.
Wait a minute. The Supergirl pilot leaked?
Yes, it did. But you'll never get to see it now.
What are you about to do?
Oh, just this.
Oh no. Where am I? When am I? What did Reverse Flash do to me? Whichever Reverse Flash he even was.
Oh, I do say. Who is this new supervillain? And what is his gimmick? Gas maskery?
Oh god. He sent me back to ancient Egyptian times.
You're not in Egyptian times. I should know. I am an expert.
Oh god. The 1960s! That's even worse!